Hey there, my name is Alexis Ginsberg. I'm a senior product designer within the plan stage. And today I'll be giving you a quick walkthrough of Epic Swimlanes, which is something we've been working on within portfolio management. So first, in order to talk about Epic Swimlanes, we first need to talk about epics. In a nutshell, an epic within GitLab is a larger chunk of work that can be broken down into many issues across many teams, potentially. Someone like Parker could use epics when they're looking to implement a larger piece of business value that contains many functions or requirements. In this case, Parker would want to break down these larger pieces of work or goals into smaller chunks to be delivered incrementally so that value can be effectively tracked or managed and delivered to users as quickly as possible. So users have been asking for a way to visualize epics on GitLab boards for quite some time. We have issues that internal users have created probably as long as 4 years ago, and research done over the past year has really reinforced the importance of this. We assumed from user feedback that we should prioritize this visualization as swim lanes first, but I want to step back and think through some other options as well. So beyond just indicating to users what epic an issue is assigned to within an issue card, on an issued board, or allowing a user to filter the board by epic, there are 3 other larger options that I thought we could perhaps implement. Option A would be some kind of board that both epics and issues, where they both show as first-class objects. Perhaps this could be something like epics visualizes cards, with the issues also visualizes cards and nested below each epic. Not sure yet. We haven't prioritized this idea because this wouldn't solve a large problem for our users given the usage that we have observed. This is at the moment. For a majority of our users, their epic and issues move through a separate workflow, which is represented in option B. So option B would be some kind of board that shows only epics, like an epic or a program board. This would allow users to view how their epics, again, are moving through the workflow, but this is a workflow that they have defined only for epics. This has been asked for from many users, for example, who need to conduct PI planning or scaled agile. This is something that we prioritize probably for a couple milestones from now, depending on how Epic Swimlanes work goes. So talking about Epic Swimlanes, that would be option C. And option C would be basically grouping the issues on a board by a value such as an epic, usually shown as a row. This allows the users to have all the benefits of their current issue boards, like seeing how issues move again through a workflow, while also adding the dimension of an epic swim lane to see how these issues then funnel up towards a larger goal. We have prioritized this option first, given user feedback, and also because this will have the most beneficial impact to users who access their issue boards daily. Epic Swimlanes also seems like a low-risk win, given that they are table stakes in many of our competitors that also provide Kanban boards. We would be giving users something that they already expect to see in a complete planning product, which is what we want to be. This would also allow users such as Parker to really understand during things such as refinement, if their team's work in progress will achieve the larger goals that they've set out. This will allow them then to accurately communicate the status to stakeholders, and also it will allow them to be visible to each other as a team, which is always important. So let's go on to the demo, which is the fun stuff. I'll give you a quick demo of our first iteration of Swimlanes. This is still very in progress, so I'm going to walk you through a prototype, but you can view our work in progress version that is behind a feature flag if you access a board within the GitLab group. So timing-wise, this is pretty cool. It's actually, whoops, preview. It's actually my partner Andrew's birthday next week. So let's look at this from the scenario of planning a party for him in the ancient pre-COVID times. If I think about this like I want to throw Andrew the best party ever, then that goal seems a bit overwhelming, and I really don't know where to start. This is where an epic can be helpful. So let's jump over to this epic I created. I know my overall goal. That's throwing Andrew the best party ever. And now I could chunk it down into smaller attainable work items to be completed. And these work items will help me, again, reach this larger goal of throwing Andrew the best birthday party ever. You can even see I've added some child epics within this epic. And within each of these child epics, I've stack ranked issues below them in the order in which they need to be completed. Cool. So moving over to our board, this is basically what our current board looks like. I can see where the items within this epic, I can see them on the board. I can see how they're moving through the workflow I've set up. So here I see basically what needs to be done, what needs to be done in the next 2 days, what I'm working on, and what is completed, what I've already finished doing. What I'm missing here, however, is that understanding of how these funnel up, again, towards the larger goals that I've set, like baking a cake or throwing Andrew the best party ever. So this is where Swimlanes come in. When I enable Epic Swimlanes, I can still see how these items, these work items, are moving through the workflow that I've defined, right? So I could still see basically the to-do during done. I could still see how basically the items on my to-do list are moving through this. But I could also see how they're progressing towards these larger goals that I've set. For example, here, I see that I'm progressing fairly well towards my goal of making or buying the perfect present. Basically, everything's done. I mostly just need to wrap my presents. I need to buy a small present from the bike store. But I'm already building it, and I've already done a lot of the work, which is great. However, there's some other goals, like making a birthday cake, that aren't progressing quite as well. You can see here, I really haven't finished anything yet. I've just bought my cake ingredients, or I'm in the process of buying them. And I still need to ask the cake building master, Valerie, to bake and decorate the cake for me. So I really got to get going here if I want to get done. But at least I know the clear path forward. So we're starting with Epic Swimlanes, but we're also going to be fast following with other values that users can group their epics, well, group their issues by. For example, let's see grouping by assignee. You can see how grouping by assignee would also be helpful here. So that is Epic Swimlanes in a nutshell. I'm going to jump over back to our presentation and tell you a little bit about our focus on Gmail. So we're right now looking at how epics perform as basically a KPI within portfolio management. This is because epics are the core of everything in portfolio management. They really build out the epic tree, the roadmap, now Epic Swimlanes. They're integral to portfolio management. And the way we're tracking this currently is we're tracking epics created as a metric. This is for now, but we really want to start tracking deeper interactions with epics, within epics, like linking issues, adding descriptions, adding labels, etc. As this will really give us a better understanding of epic adoption, and it'll show us how epics are solving real problems for users. This will really allow us to have a deeper understanding of how and when customers are leveraging epics. So Swimlanes, we're assuming, are going to be a large driver of growth for portfolio management in the near term, as it's visual, it's a tactical way to interact with epics, and it can be leveraged daily, as I mentioned before, which is really cool. You're getting that daily value. Something really exciting for my team is that we're already seeing epic usage grow by epic creation. It's growing rapidly. So that's really exciting. And I'm excited to see what happens with this and get better tracking data on epics. So thanks y'all for listening to this presentation. Thanks for watching. As always, feel free to reach out to me if you have any feedback. You can also leave feedback in any of the attached issues, or really just talk Keenan and I anytime. We're around. You know where to find us. So thanks again for listening, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.